Yeah, obviously very excited. Looking forward to the match on Sunday. I think with our decent Nedbank Cup run last year, reaching a semi-final and just missing out on a penalty shootout to make a final, I think the players and we as technical staff and club sense that we're not far off making our first final. So this is a great opportunity to be able to achieve that. I think it's one of our objectives for the season is to compete in the trophies and make a final and win a final. So, yeah, great excitement. Third big match in a week in Cape Town. Unfortunately, the previous two didn't go results wise according to the way we had wanted it. But Sunday gives us an opportunity to redeem the week. I think with a big performance and a positive result against Pirates. So playing them obviously home and away is never easy over two matches. But we have shown beginning of the season we played them and we beat them at home, albeit a tough match. But I do think we've grown and there was as a team over the last couple of weeks and matches we've been able to sort of get the team better gelled. Although results haven't always gone our way. So yeah, very excited, looking forward to the match, up for it, players are up for it. FIFA break afterwards, players have a couple of days rest after the game, so we have to put in one big final effort in this first part of the season. And if we can do that, I'm sure we can ask the Pirates many questions. Yeah, I think it's putting out the best team to win the match. Obviously, a different opponent to Chiefs. So, I don't think the team needs major changes. As I said, we fortunately have a good 2 week break thereafter. So, we'll just be strategic about who we select for the match. Obviously, there's been a red card to Devon Titus. So, obviously, we need to bring in somebody in for him. But yeah, we'll finalize the makeup of the squad in the next sort of day or so. But I don't think you can expect too many changes. One can say that, but it's also nice playing in front of fans. I mean, we've had some good results there last season in the cup, beating Swallows, beating Sundowns. Also with Sundowns having a good crowd behind them. So I think it's important for the players to feed off the energy of the crowd. They are entertainers. They want to play in front of fans. So, we mustn't see that as a deterrent. We must actually see it as a motivation to just perform to the best that we can. And if the crowd do get sort of behind their team, we need to use that as a cue to then, really just be mentally strong, see out those periods, and hopefully we can silence the crowd. Because sometimes the crowd pressure on the team that's playing like Pirates, if you put them under pressure, ask them the questions, they can get subdued, and that can also work in your favor.
Okay, quickly, you sat there last week and you said it's arguably the biggest week in Stellenbosch history. With the results not going away, does this make it now the biggest game in Stellenbosch history?
No, I wouldn't say that drastic. There's been bigger games in the past. But obviously, having not got desired results in the last two, you do want to at least finish the week on a positive note. I think it'll just take us into the FIFA break with upbeat, positive, mindset. You don't want to really go into that FIFA break, maybe, three on the bounce, not getting a good result. So I think there's extra motivation to finish the week on a really high note, considering that the two previous matches we were unlucky not to have got more from the matches. So it's just about not becoming despondent that you've given a lot of effort and you've done well in many circumstances in the previous two matches and not got the result. So it's about continuing what we are doing and just making sure that in certain areas we are a little bit smarter, a bit better to get ourselves a positive result. Yes.
And Coach, we've seen Spurs not doing well, City not doing well. You lost a couple of games. Is it a collective Cape Town team that you're playing for this week?
I would hope collectively Cape Town people are behind us. I'm sure people of Stellenbosch, if it was City or Spurs in our situation, would be supporting them. The three Soweto teams just all got positive results against Cape teams. They had a nice press conference in Joburg yesterday with all the Gauteng-based teams. So yeah, we're the one on our own here. So I would hope that everybody is behind the Cape team to try and get at least one of us into the finals. So.
Coach, this being a two-leg semi-final now, do you balance your approach in terms of obviously wanting to get a result at home and not letting the game get away from you and still have a chance to go to the second leg with a chance of winning the game?
Yeah, I think Andre De Jong put it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one match over two sort of legs, so it's two halves in essence. As any normal football match, you don't want to go in half time and the game is beyond you. But at the same time, we also know that they're a very, very tough team at home at Orlando. So you also got to use the occasion and opportunity at home to be brave and courageous enough to see if you can get a positive result in terms of a win, so that you can go to Orlando and there's something to maybe hold on to. So I think it's also important that we also play the game that it is on Sunday. And according to the game and how it's going and the scoreline, then always in the second half, one can strategically make decisions on how you want to approach the last 30 minutes. It's either you just have to go for it, or you may have to want to sort of protect something that you have. So yeah, it does make it tricky. It's our first time in this situation. Fortunately, a team like Pirates, they've had one or two of these experiences in the past, so it's something new for us. But I think the big thing is to go into the last 45 minutes, 30 minutes of the second leg still in a position to win it.
How much do you think, or how much has, in your opinion, Pirates improved from the game in Stellenbosch on the 5th of August?
I think for me, if you had to say from beginning of last year up until now, they're probably one of the most improved teams. Obviously, they showed last season winning 2 cups, second position. I think they've strengthened really well. They've brought in, some exciting attacking plays, especially to their squad. They are a team that play with confidence. They play with energy. They move the ball really well. They've got match winners all around the park. So they're a good team. In my opinion, they've improved a lot. But I also believe we've improved over the last couple of weeks. And I think, we've also got to know one or two of our newer players that have joined us, what they can offer. And so, yeah, I anticipate a Pirates team coming with confidence, defending the trophy. But one can maybe say that there's 3 Goliaths and 1 David in the hat currently. And we all know what David has done. So.
Coach, what do you make with Sakeri's form? Obviously, he's somebody who's played for you at Stellies. Does it help actually having coached him, having plans for him?
Yeah, no, I'm very pleased for Lapasa. He had a short stint with us, 6 months on loan. At the time, Reyners was doing really well for us, so it was a bit difficult for him to break into the squad. So somebody reminded me the other day, saying that, yeah, you've had some nice strikers at your club, Ashley Dupree, Lapasa, Reyners. So I said, yeah, no, it's always nice to work with players that know how to score. And Zakes has always been a hard-working, really talented footballer who takes his craft seriously. Even when he was here, I think that long injury that he had set him back. But to overcome criticism from fans and that, and to still then be performing the way he has, credit must go to him. So we know he's dangerous in and around the box. He's got a really good finish on him. So he is playing with confidence also. So he's definitely somebody that we have to keep a lid on. So yeah, I'm glad for him, and we have to keep him quiet, yes. And Saleng and Masungani and others.
Coach, if you were to choose the venue to play this game, where would it be?
It would be Donny Craven. I think the stadium suits us against a team like Pirates. I think Athlone is a bit bigger and a bit wider and gives them a bit more space. And obviously, just from a fan perspective, it's a lot easier for our fans to come to Donny Craven than to go to Athlone. So if I had a choice, it would be Donny Craven. But we have done well at Athlone, so it's still, a really good second home for us. We've played many matches there, so we still see it as a home match, regardless that it's not in Donnycraven.
Coach, Titus has proven to be one of the key players in your team. I think he played all the games last season. You're missing him on Sunday. Does that sort of alter the way you play anyway, or you feel you can replace him with a sort of a light player?
Yeah, it's we have quite a variety of different wide players, sort of winger type players. So it obviously does afford an opportunity for somebody to get a chance. But you rightly say, Devon is tactically disciplined, tactically very aware, hardworking. Has got goals in him. Has got sort of the engine to be able to do what we require from him in that position. So it is a loss for us. But as I say, it does afford opportunity to give somebody else a chance, of which we have many options, whether it be KG, Antonio, Ura, Mini. So yeah, we'll come up with the right player for that position.
And when do you come up with our play? Because you suggested in an earlier answer also that you're still going to think about it and stuff. Or is it done in your head?
It's pretty much done, Mark. You use training sessions like today just to see, players, how they're looking, just get a feel and a sense of. Sometimes these type of big games and semi-finals, sometimes there's sometimes a gut feeling for somebody that just might get his opportunity and take it with both hands. So we are pretty sorted. We just needed to see who all came through today's training session. Players that had played Wednesday, just to see how they've overcome one or two niggles. So we have a strong idea of what we want to do. Yeah.
Coach, we've seen pretty consistent selections in your first few games, and obviously we did see a lot of young guys training out there. A game like this, is this where you see a lot of them even putting their hands up more to say, hey, look in this direction?
Yeah, I think it's nice for the young players to be training with a PSL squad, match day -2 before a big semi-final. So I'm sure the feel of the energy and the anticipation, and that they can feed off the PSL players. I think it's good for them, and to be that close to feel and see and train with players that are going to play against Pirates in 2 days' time, I think elevates them, and it just maybe makes them more hungry than not being involved at all, and maybe training on a separate day, separate field, not feeling it. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have the youngsters. It gives us numbers. As you could see today, if we didn't have them, we would have only had 13 outfield players. So it becomes a bit more difficult if it's only 13 players that you're working with. So that's what we do. And as I said earlier, it's nice for me to give them the opportunity, because you can also see which of the younger players, DDC players, are doing well and looking good. And, some of them I don't think are far away. 6 months, 12 months, they'll get their opportunity.
They just need a bit of disc
First, yeah, that would be nice. It starts next week, as I have it. The official fixture's out. Still not okay, but yeah. Next week, we are at home. We're here against Chipper, so it'll be nice. And a lot of our players at PSL are still eligible for DDC, so if they don't get many minutes on the weekend or haven't played, that's also a good opportunity for some of our players to get some match practice.